Ahoy Chummers, welcome back once again to Shadowrun Hong Kong. As always, I'm Bull, and we're going to continue on with part 3 of our Shadowrun Let's Play. So up until this point, we met up with an old friend and his partner, his Lone Star partner, Carter, to meet up with an old mentor of our characters. The mentor was nowhere to be found, so we went to the meeting place, met up with some Shadowrunners, and then proceeded to get jumped by some sort of security or police force, Hong Kong PD, I think, and they proceeded to basically sniper rifle our team into oblivion, completely outright killing Carter and 2 of the Shadowrunners. So we've now escaped into the sewers with my character, Chaos, my combat mage. We've got Duncan, a Lone Star cop, and there are 2 Shadowrunners. We don't know their names yet. Well, we sort of do. It's they're 2 of the main characters, but they haven't really introduced themselves to us yet. And if we look at their character sheets, I don't believe there's a name on those yet either. Yeah, Shy Dwarf, a Dwarf Decker, and Gobbet. Oh, we do know Gobbet's name. Okay, we got a female orc rat shaman named Gobbet. I'm assuming it's a rat shaman, since, you know, she's got a rat on her shoulder. So we've escaped into the sewers, and we are being hunted, and it is bad. All kinds of bad. Alright, so we will continue on from here. The rat shaman guides you from the doorway on the street through an eternity of winding aisles, damp sub-basements, and empty buildings. Stumbling through refuse and filth, you make your way into the sewers below Victoria Harbor. It reeks down here, but it's quiet. Gobbet stops, sniffs, and wipes her eyes with the back of her wrist. Her rat squeaks softly in the folds of her clothing. Alright. The dwarf watches her silently for a moment, then moves closer and gently takes her hand. In the dim light of the sewer, you can see that they're nearly the same age, no more than 20, 21 tops. What were their names? Gobbet. She keeps her head down and tells it to the floor. The troll you were talking to was Nightjar. He was our friend. The elf was called Gutshot. Kind of an asshole, but I didn't need to see his head splattered everywhere like that. She inhales a cleansing breath. Nightjar was a good guy. Always had our back. Isabel's and mine. Ah, Isabel is the dwarf's name. I technically knew all that because these characters were previewed on the website, but I don't actually remember the names that well until I see them, and I'm not going to go reference them because it's more fun to discover the game fresh. I've actually been avoiding reading too much about the game other than basic development stuff for that reason. It's rare to find a runner that you can actually trust. She looks at her friend. Are we clear? Gobbet looks back the way you came. I think we've shaken them. She sniffs the air. Yeah, we're clear. Wu begins pacing, his boots splashing in the sewer water, creating echoes down the tunnel. You can feel the tension coming off him in waves. This is bullshit. I'm done messing around in alleys and sewers. I'm done running from the cops. He pokes a thumb at his chest and spits his anger forth in a raspy growl. For fuck's sake, I am a cop. We noticed. There was a Lone Star Sergeant dead back there. Damn it, she was. Wu starts to choke up, but he struggles against it, fighting to maintain control, but he needs a minute to recover. He finally manages to pull it together, but he's raw. When he speaks again, his voice is seething and hoarse. I don't know what the hell's going on with the Hong Kong cops, but I'm calling some Lone Star back up from home. I'm going to get some of my own people down here. Then we're going to find Raymond and figure out what the hell is going on. The little orc shrugs. Whatever you say, big guy, you have fun with that. She looks over at her friend. They both nod. Iz and I are out of here. Best of luck finding your friend. He's not our friend. He's our foster father. She looks straight at you. Her tone is flat. And he's probably a dead man. Sorry, but it's the truth. Wu isn't listening. You can see on his face that he's already written the little orc girl off. He pulls his security-grade PDA from its holster on his leg, raises it, and starts tapping the buttons with a meaty finger. The Lone Star logo on the back of the device looks shiny and official. He stops, confused, then taps again harder. The red flashing image on the PDA reflects in his goggles. What the hell? I'm locked out of the network. He looks up at you. My law enforcement status has been revoked. I don't believe it. They're saying there's an APB out for us, Stephen. You and me both. I figured as much. You heard them on the loudspeaker. They knew our names. Oh, this just keeps getting worse. He leans forward as if to punch the wall, his knuckles rapping on it softly, a pantomime of barely constrained rage. Suddenly, he turns and slings his PDA at the far wall. It hits hard, bounces back, and clatters to the ground at his feet. He looks down at it, spent. The orc mouths an okay to herself, eyebrows raised. And on that note, I think it's time for us to say goodbye. Come on, Isabel, let's... She's cut off by a sudden smashing noise as her friend's boot comes crashing down on the PDA-Wu's feet. The dwarf looks down at her work unsatisfied and brings the boot down again and again until there's nothing left. Police issued. They can trace you through that. She turns to you, hand out. Yours too. It's on the network. Well, there goes my free upgrade points. There. She looks over at Gobbet, sighs, and reaches in her jacket, pulling out 2 new PDAs. She hands them to you and Duncan. Burner. Suppose at least we can do after we get your help back there. Got any snacks in there? Isabel isn't listening. She's staring open-mouthed at her own PDA, its bluish glow illuminating her horrified expression. Got it, we gotta go, right now. Isabel's voice is monotone but emphatic. Emphatic. Wow. Alright, give me a second, guys. I'm gonna grab a drink. Getting a little parched from all the talking. Alright. Isabel's voice is monotone but emphatic. She holds up her PDA to show her friend. They're after us too. Her screen displays a local newscast. Your own face stares back at you from the upper left corner of the screen. And in breaking news, just under an hour ago, Hong Kong port authorities were involved in a firefight with members of a terrorist cell linked to the mainland city-state of Henan. The battle left 3 terrorists dead, along with an unconfirmed number of Hong Kong police. Your image winks out, replaced by a scowling image of Duncan Wu, a mugshot from a long time ago, before Raymond. Our sources report that Seattle natives Duncan Wu and Stephen Williams, along with their Hong Kong-based accomplices, are still at large. They are well armed and should be considered extremely dangerous. Low-res photographs of Gobbet and Isabel pop up on screen, replacing Duncan Wu. The color drains out of Gobbet's face. Oh shit. Kowloon officials report that the terrorist cell, known as the White Star, maintains ties to the state of Henan and is purported to be receiving weapons and funding from anti-corporate groups in the UCAS city-state of Seattle. Port authorities are standing on high alert, and the Hong Kong Police Force's Special Duties Unit has been engaged to deal with the threat. We go live now to Chief Inspector Crate of the Special Duties Unit, who will be making a statement. Behind the newscaster, a video window displays the locations of your firefight in Victoria Harbor. The camera pans to Chief Inspector Crate. She is surrounded by a swarm of news reporters, but appears unfazed by the attentions. She speaks with supreme confidence. We have yet to ascertain the motives for tonight's attack, but it is clearly well planned. Oh, crap, just a second. Sorry. Hit the wrong button and tabbed out. Alright, Crate sounds smooth, more like a corporate mouthpiece than a cop. We have already issued an all-points bulletin along with a killer capture order for the 4 remaining terrorists, and I have instructed the Special Duties Unit to make this manhunt a top priority. She looks directly into the camera. If you should see one or more of these individuals, do not attempt to engage them. Instead, tap the HKPF flash code at the bottom of the screen. If you are on an authorized network and take a picture, our system will automatically identify them in your data stream. The Decker switches off the newscast and clips her PDA back to her belt. For a moment, there's no sound but the roar of the sewer water rushing through the pipes. Gobbet bends over, hands on her knees sucking wind. Her rats scurry for a new position. I thought we were fucked before. Wu's voice is eerily calm. But now we are well and truly fucked. We'll deal with it, Duncan. We always do. Not this time, Stephen. They've labeled us terrorists, and there's an APB on us. I've heard of this kind of announcement before. I know what comes with it. It doesn't matter if we have nothing to do with whatever city-state. They're going to hunt us down. It's open season. And the two of us will be hunted down alongside you. Gobbet wide eyes the exits, tight as a spring. You can hear shallow panting as she leans towards one, then the other. We gotta go deep. Hit the mainland for a while until we can figure this out. Find a hole to crawl into. We've got to get them off the grid too. Way off. The dwarf looks up at Duncan, her large eyes narrow. Hey, Lone Star. You've got a security license, right? That means you've got a SIN too. Of course I have a SIN. Wouldn't be able to get paid otherwise. Only criminals and lowlifes go sinless. That means you can be traced, both of you. You get spotted by a drone or security camera, get ID'd by a retinal scanner, or try to use your cred stick or passport, and the HKPEF will know just where to find you. I know how a system identification number works, chummer. Okay, well, I don't have etiquette Shadowrunner. So we're stuck. We're just as screwed as you, me and Iz. We were listed as your accomplices. And we can't afford for you to get caught. You'll lead them to us one way or another. DNA samples, things we've told you, astral residue, I don't know, cop stuff. Little Decker looks from you to Wu, eyes narrowed, sizing you up. You can see her make a silent decision before she speaks. Her voice is flat, resigned. We need to get your sins burned, delete you from the record books. All of them. All of them? Wait a minute. You just want us to erase our identities? Beyond the fact that that's insane, will that even work? If we burn our sins, go off the grid like that, won't they just redouble their efforts to find us? Imagine playing a game of hide-and-seek with a siren strapped to your head. Would you rather play hide-and-seek with a siren, or with the siren conspicuously absent? Let's just get on with it. What do we have to do? We gotta ask for help. There's only one person we know who has this kind of pull it takes to burn us in and hide us from the cops. Kindly Cheng. Sounds like a restaurant. Yeah, well, she's not. And don't let her hear you say something like that, or you'll be searching for your tongue on the floor. She's what's known as a straw sandal, kind of a middle manager for the Yellow Locust Syndicate. Their triad. Kindly Cheng controls all the illegal activity in our neighborhood. Smuggling, bootlegging, counterfeiting. Sounds like my kind of scum. This is no joke. Kindly Cheng controls a good-sized portion of Kowloon's underworld. She has soldiers, resources, she's smart, and she is not to be underestimated. Taking favors from a woman like Kindly Cheng is a good way to get yourself into indentured servitude. You don't want to owe favors to a woman like that. Ideally, you don't want to deal with her at all. That was Nightjar's job. Nightjar's job? You mean you work with her? What did we just tell you? She's got her fingers in everything, including brokering shadow runs for Corpse. Kindly Cheng is our fixer. Gobbet tries to make her voice light, confident. Just stay on her good side and you'll have nothing to worry about. Now let's get this done before one of you trips the APB and brings all hell down on us. Alright. So time to get out of Dodge. Yep, confirm. So, alright. Wow. Big time. As you scramble up a ladder and you're through an accessway where sewer system spits you out into the Hong Kong Mass Transit Railway System, the MTR. Crossing the rails, you climb up to the platform and onto the station. Above you is Haoi. Haoi? I don't know how to pronounce that. Where the rational woman they know who can help you get underground and off the grid fast. But there'll be a price. Cheng is a triad boss whose favors tend to come with strings attached. The sounds of a waterfront at night leak down into the stairway to the surface. Peering up the steps, you catch a glimpse of the night sky, overcast and low. So yes, getting in bed with a triad boss, not a good plan, but gotta be a better plan than just, getting ourselves geeked. Alright, continue. Alrighty. So far, good story. Really enjoying this. We got some karma. The sewers deposit you into a series of mechanical access ways that eventually lead to a system of railway tunnels. Gabbett leads you through 5 or 6 magnetically sealed doors and across several sets of electrified tracks until she indicates you've reached your position, your destination. She holds up her hand, indicates the surrounding platform. This is the MTR station for Haoi. Once you go up those stairs, she'll be in our neighborhood. Kylie Cheng runs her operation out of a mahjong parlor there called Swift Winds. There's an APB out on us. How do you expect us to get to Swiftland's place without taking a bullet? Haoi is well known as a protected area. Kylie Cheng sees to that. It's a shadow community. Smugglers, hijackers, black marketeers. You get the idea. Cops tend to give the place a wide berth. Police cameras don't last long here. Between the smog and cloud cover, we shouldn't have to worry about drone surveillance either. The HKPF won't find you, not if you follow our lead. Now, here's how this is going to work. You can't get an audience with Cheng until we secure an invitation. So me and Iz will go ahead and pay our respects, then we'll request she sees you. Politely. How do we get an invitation? We'll kiss her ass until it shines. That's about the size of it. One more thing. Kylie Cheng is a dangerous woman. She may seem friendly, but don't let your guard drop, and whatever you do, do not disrespect her. Yay, I like being a smart ass, but got it. That's it. We'll go on ahead and smooth the way. Just give us a few minutes head start and don't talk to anybody. What if a local recognizes, calls the cops? No one in Haoi calls the cops. Doing that around here is a quick way to get dead. Thanks for the help. We're helping ourselves as much as we're helping you, Seattle. We need our sins burned as badly as you do, and we need to figure out a way out of this shit, or we're all dead. Plus, we could use the muscle right now. Just saying. See you at the mahjong parlor. The Shadowrunner's footsteps quickly fall away, and then you are alone with Wu. He grunts something unintelligible and begins panther stalking back and forth, footprints of sewer water and muck marking his path on the subway platform behind him. Minutes pass. Wu stops his pacing and runs both hands over his face, groaning a sound of anxiety and disgust. It dissipates, and he stands there silently, his hands covering his face and his shoulders shaking with emotion. Then he begins to laugh. It's a laugh that comes from down deep, from the place where fear and frustration and impotence swirl. But that barrier holds. Wu focuses, taking control of his breathing, and his laughter begins to slow. He becomes himself again. Oh my god, Steven. Are you fucking kidding me? What the hell are we doing here? How do we get into this? I think I'm gonna lose it. You're a rock. I'm trying to maintain. Seriously, I am. But Carter is dead, Steven. They fucking ended her. I don't know what I'm going to do now. Sounds like she was more than just your partner. More than just a partner? Of course she was. She was my training officer, you idiot. My mentor. Looked like you two were close. Carter was my partner. She had my back. Do you get how important that is? What it means to lose that? When you're out on the streets facing down a food riot, you need to know someone's looking for you. Looking out for you. That you're standing next to someone you can depend on. That was Carter. She was like my compass or my anchor or some such shit. She kept me, I don't know, sane. Sounds like a good woman. Screw it. Whatever she was, I'm throwing her down the memory hole. You know why? Because it doesn't matter now. Because we're going to burn our sins, Steven. Jesus Christ. Do you know what that means? The moment we do that, we're dead. To all the world, we're dead. We're wiped clean. Raymond, the house we grew up in, my career, Carter, all gone. No home, no money, no identity, nothing. We will be nobody. We were street kids, Duncan. We're used to being nobody. Chill? Who the fuck are you to tell me to chill after what just happened? And you aren't losing what I'm about to lose either. Our path went in different directions a long time ago. You left me behind, goddammit. You left me behind. Memories flash bright. Suddenly you're back 8 years ago on the street outside of Raymond's house. Just you and Wu, middle of the night. Woo! Flashback! Alright. Young Duncan. Ha ha. You can't just leave like this, Stephen. What am I going to say to Raymond? You know how he is. Yeah, I know how he is, inflexible. Sorry, man, gotta go. I got something to tend to, Duncan, and I can't wait. That's what you keep saying, but you still won't tell me what's going on. What's so important you have to run out now, in the middle of the night, without even telling Raymond? I can tell the truth. It's a job. People mess with me, and I don't intend to let them get away. I need to see a guy about a deal, the good kind, the big kind. I've got a friend in a bind, Duncan. That's all I can say about it. I have to go. Sorry, Duncan, I can't tell you. They all say truth, but they're all slightly different. I wonder if it's variations of the same story, or if I'm picking which story is the truth. I'm gonna go. I've got a friend in a bind. I thought I knew all your friends. I don't like this, Steven. It sounds like the kind of shit we said we'd leave behind. Look, whatever's going on, I can tell you one thing. Raymond will not approve. I'll deal with that when I get back. I won't be gone long. 2-3 days. We'll do that. Remember the look on Duncan's face as you walked away. The events that followed were a blur, one that you don't care to remember. 3 days later, you were behind bars in a private corporate prison. No interrogation, no charges, no appeal. Years later, some corporation bought some other corporation, and the new board of directors pushed through some sort of reform agenda, and the higher-ups gave an order. And then you were out, with a few hundred new yen to your name, and one scary-as-hell non-disclosure agreement ensuring your silence. Not that it mattered to you anymore. You were starting fresh, determined. Until Raymond tracked you down, left you that voicemail, brought you to Hong Kong, and back together with Duncan Wu. Ooh, okay. You realize Wu's staring at you. Now let's hear it. Where the hell have you been? Why didn't you contact me? At least tell me you were alive. No shit? Oh, I had no idea. A range of emotions play on Wu's face. He stares at the ground for some time before finally looking up at you with a heavy sigh. Wow, I really don't know how to process that one right now. I don't know. If we're still alive tomorrow, we can talk more. This shit is too much. We're marooned on this island, hunted by the cops. My partner is dead. Raymond is missing, and we're about to see a crime lord about erasing our goddamn identities. And as a bonus, our only allies are a pair of tiny criminals who would kill us if they could, so they didn't have to deal with this. Listen, Steven, back in the Barrens, whenever I was out of control, you just handled the situation, remember? With Carter gone, I'm a raw nerve. I'm afraid I'm going to slip back, and people are going to start getting hurt again. I got your back, Duncan. We'll see. Just don't press it. I need time to get used to you. Now let's go meet that triad woman and get our damn sins burned. I'm going to rip the bandage off as fast as I can. Alright. Let's see, is there anything? Nope, nothing I can use or do in here, so let's move on. Alright, so we need to go, guessing this way. Oh, hey, people I can talk to. Big ass troll. That's close enough, friend. The club is members and invites only. I suggest you move along. Gotcha. Club 88. Alright, I need to go this way. Law's Techno Palace. We got an inspect node, so we'll go inspect that and see what it is. The insulation on these heavy wires is cracked. They buzz and crackle occasionally as stray drips from the awning. Okay. Neat. I like the little docking area here. Smuggler. You see something you like? Come and get it, because now's your last chance. Everything's on sale. We'll find prices like these. Show me what you're selling. Let's see what he's got. Nice. Spells. As against Mana Bolt. Weapons. Spells. Huh. Consumables. Execute Exploder. Grenades. Dockwagon Trauma Kit. Actually, I probably need one of those. Grab those. Confirm. Alright, let's take a look here real quick. I've got karma, so let's spend some karma. Let's get my charisma up a little bit. Because it could be an able thing. Corporate, security, gang, socialite, shadowrunner, academic. Let's go with corporate. Alright, well, that's good enough for now. Oops. I reverted. Confirm. Alright. Okay, I cannot spend his karma. I can't spend karma on him, at least. I mean, he's got a charisma of 2, intelligence of 3 with biotech 1. That's why. Okay, because the dockwagon did a base of 10, but it did 13 when I used it, so it healed a little extra, and that must be why it's the biotech skill. He's got a little dodge, some range combat with rifle, throwing weapons. Alright, good to know. What do we got for gear? I have some basic armor. Let's give us some stuff to Duncan. There we go. Duncan has no armor, and either no gear or nothing that I can trade. Alright. I don't know if I can actually do anything there or not. So, alright. I think that's as much as I can do there. Alright, let's head in here and see what's got. How much time do we got left on this? Alright, well, we're about to enter, so I'm going to go ahead and we're at the 28-minute mark, so I'm going to go ahead and pause. And then when we come back, we will enter and meet the triads. So, once again, folks, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. I've been Bull, or I am Bull, and I've been your host, and yada yada yada, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, etc., etc. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back shortly with another one. Take it easy.